Hi guys, welcome back to the Autosportivo YouTube channel. I'm Ants, this is Maxwell, and you all know this ginger dude here. So today's a bit of an exciting one, and we are off on a little road trip in our trusty Ulysses. It's packed out full of tools, and we're going to see the most rarest car in England. Only two left, you know.
Two on the road.
Mm.
Does that mean there's only one left by the time we end this?
So yeah, come along for the journey. It's going to be a good one, and let's go.
And break
Let's
the
see if we can rescue it.
Let's try and rescue this puppy.
I don't think it will start.
I think it'll start. It's going to be fine.
Let's go. Let's go.
5 minutes.
Brake cleaner down the induction.
Yeah. This car we are going to is pretty sentimental, and it is extremely rare and very special. And it all began about 9 or 10 years ago.
It must be about, I'd say about 9 years ago.
And it's actually the reason why we know each other.
Yeah, that car combined the worlds of Maxwell and Ant.
So basically, 9 years ago, I was driving through Bedford, and I see this...
In a coupe.
In a fit coupe, was I?
It was a great
Oh
coupe.
yeah, that was a Turbo Plus.
Yeah, it was a nice
Moonstone Grey.
Mm.
So yeah, I was driving through Bedford, and I was on the bridge, and I thought, no, are my eyes deceiving me? That is not a... I'm not going to tell you yet, because you've got to wait till we get there. Anyway, I pull up next to it, and I see this big, tall geezer driving this car, and we were like, the lights were green, and I was like, what did I say to you? I was like, put my thumbs up.
Yeah.
And
oh my God, is that Ant? And I was like, yeah.
And I was like, come and see me, innit? And I think you had to Google my business name to get the address or something, innit?
Yeah, that's right. And then I went down to your garage.
And then after that, we got to know each other. And then I said, if you ever want to sell it, let me know. When was it? Months later, a year later or something?
It was probably a year or so later, yeah.
You come and see me, and I said, like, it's for sale, do you want to buy it? So I snapped it up.
Yeah.
And then I had it, and then after that, I sold it to my uncle who owns it now, who we're going to see now. So basically, I don't want to get too much into detail, but the reason why it is really sentimental and why we need to get this car back on the road is my uncle, he loved and cherished it. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, it's been parked up. Don't know if I want to say it on camera why, but it's kind of personal.
I'm going to say, I'm going to go on record and say I reckon this is probably going to be one of the coolest, rarest cars
Out there.
That we do.
Can I give him a clue? What clue can I give him?
It's got a turbo.
It's got a turbo.
That's it.
And it's from the 80s.
It's from the 80s, and it's super unusual anyway. It's kind of a weird car, isn't it? It shouldn't really exist, should it? It's kind of like an odd, doesn't really make sense in the world. It's just there.
It's just typical crazy Italianness.
Yeah, they just went, let's put this engine in this car and see what happens.
Yeah, that's it. We've arrived.
Oh mate, she's looking a bit rough.
We're here, and it's a Fiat Chroma Turbo IE. Used to belong to Maxwell, now belongs to my uncle, and we've come here to rescue it and put it back to how it used to be. How do you feel?
It's nice to see it again. It's looking very sorry for itself, but it will be nice. Once it's back on the road, I can't wait to see it done up, tidied up, clean.
How many years has it been parked up? 6 years it's been
6
parked
years.
up and not run.
It will run. Put a battery on it, it'll run.
So shall we start to do our magic?
Yes, let's check it over first before we just turn the key.
We're just going to put battery pack on it, and it will start up and we're going to drive off.
Cool, sounds fun. And then Ant woke up from his daydream and gone, yes, we need to do a little bit of servicing just to make sure that it will start up on the key.
It has on the spark.
On the spark plug.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
It's got oil on the outside, so it must be on the inside.
I think
too.
it's going to be a long day then.
Cue the weird music and montage.
And we've got ice cream on tap, so it's all right. Yeah.
Oil looks good. Looks fresh. It actually doesn't look bad, does it? It actually doesn't look too bad.
That has come from around the spark plug.
We don't need brakes. We don't need brakes anyway.
I've discovered something interesting I've never seen before. Moss inside an exhaust. You'll fire it out.
How you getting on?
Not bad. First cylinder, as you can have a look, I've now cleaned relatively. A lot better than what it was when we arrived, so slightly less crusty.
We've established the only thing on old Italian cars that doesn't rust is the tow eye hook, because they know in future would need it.
So I've cleaned the sparks,
jump back.
just checked the head, thank you. And now, because the spark plug's out, it's easy for the start motor to turn over, so we're going to see if it's seized or not.
Oh, okay, that'll be fun. What are your bets?
I reckon it'll turn over. It might be a bit slow to begin with, but
We've got, well, see, I told you.
All the lights.
Oh, it's actually working. It's telling me the door's open, which it is.
Oh, okay, that's a good start.
Yeah.
So we're going to turn it over.
sounds all right. That was not, yeah, everything
Wow.
seems to be
I
moving.
mean, it turns over.
Yeah.
The Doobie spinning.
Right, you turning it over again.
It did.
Fuel pump.
That's priming.
Oh, bloody hell.
I would probably suggest that you go get new fuel for it.
I do think it's...
No.
How does it smell?
The varnish.
Varnishing.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Will it fire up?
I reckon it's going to fire up. I reckon once we put a little bit of in the intake, it will go. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to fire up.
You think so?
JP, what do you think?
I think it's going to need some new fuel in it, then possibly. Quite possibly. So the engine sounds healthy. Whether there's a spark or not.
It does turn over nicely, don't it?
It does. Which was quite surprising. I thought the starter motor would be seat.
And as such, it's a classic. We are putting the best water possible.
Avian.
Young.
Straight from the tap.
Yep, straight from the tap.
Pellegrino, really.
Just like Del Boy and Peckham Spring.
Oh, sorry, Top G, we use sparkling.
Yeah.
San Pellegrino.
Treated some sparkling water.
It's Peckham Spring. All right. I can hear the pump.
Stop.
I can hear the pump.
Yeah, it's fine. Although I don't...
All right, stop for a minute. And take this off and see if we get fuel up the top.
Fuel in.
No fuel.
Nothing.
No fuel. Okay, well the fuel pump primes, so maybe there just is no fuel in it. Violently at the camera.
Why did you cut that out?
Because no one wants to see that.
Everyone wants to see that.
Dead.
Yeah, it's moved up.
Well, I don't because that's on battery. Son of a bitch.
He had no response to that at all.
Because he's not human. He's not human, JP.
All right, stop. No. Dry.
Any fuel? Oh my God!
It ran!
Oh my God!
Told you to run.
It started!
Go on.
Oh, it sounds good! Oh my God, it sounds good! Oh my God, it sounds so good! Hey, listen to that! So would you after waking up 6 years. He said it sounds rough, so wouldn't he if he was asleep for 6 years?
No, but you have to remember it's probably got old fuel in there as well. It needs to warm up and let it clear itself out. Ant thinks it's a distributor cap, so
There's that moisture and shit in it, so let's clean it all up.
Obviously, it was running up here.
I mean, I think the viewers heard it, it's very lumpy.
Yeah, look, it's all oxidised in there, it's green. Yeah, it's all shitty.
Well, it didn't run. So now you just play the big one.
Spark, hopper, and
Yeah? What?
these new spark plugs. That was a backfire with front, or whatever people call it, front fire.
I think Halfords are going to have spark plugs for this.
You just take, well, it's got freaking NGKs in it, so I'm assuming you can just go to Halfords and pick some up.
So the new plan, we did pop off to go and see if we get some spark plugs, but we can't. Didn't think Halfords or Euros would have them. So the new plan is he's just going to clean them ones up, and then I'm going to try my recovery guy, see if he can come and collect it. If not, then we're going to get it moved into a position so he can come and collect it during the week and bring it back up to Autosportivo, where we can work more magic on it.
So we're going to see if we can break the calipers free.
Yeah.
The 3 horsepower it currently has.
We're going to see if we can break the calipers free. I did spray some stuff on it earlier, so that would have helped.
Moves. It does move. That's a good shout. It looked like it didn't enjoy it very much.
I'm worried I don't want to run him over.
I think the math's dirty. I think the math sensor's causing it to stall.
Yeah, do you want
It
to
needs
clean
to
it
clean. Yeah.
up? What, should we clean it up?
Do it. Do it now.
I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna get this jump pack and put both bits on your nipples.
Squirty, squirty.
Right, where's? Wanna go, Sam? At least brake cleaner dries. Right, wait.
Hey?
More WD-40.
All right.
Now we roll it. You ain't got much brakes, so don't put it into the house.
And we'll see if it goes forward. Now the brakes are unseized. I mean, fucking, you've got tray plates, man. It drives.
No, it rolls.
Yeah.
We pushed it before he started the car.
Yeah, but he's now freed the brakes. Yeah. Now drive it.
Yeah, we pushed it before he started the car.
That's right. No, leave it on. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, he's only going forward.
It's idling on its own.
Yeah, drive forward. See if it moves on its own power. Tray plates. Let's get it back to the garage. I ain't messing. We're doing this.
Right guys, so that comes to the end of today's episode. I'm actually shocked. I'm actually overwhelmed. We got it started, we got it moved. We can't drive it back, so we're gonna get it recovered, and brought back to the garage on a recovery truck.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, the return hose for the fuel is leaking, so it's not safe to
But
drive.
after 6 years of it being dormant, we've got it running.
And on someone's drive.
Yeah.
I had no doubt it would run. I've said it from the start. It will run.
Bit doggy to start with, but
Dodgy, but it
it's just corroded. Well, it was just oxidised connectors, so cleaned them up and.
So, which brings me to my next question. Guys, if any of you are watching this and got a Chroma, I don't expect anyone else to have a Chroma Turbo, but if any of you lot got Chroma parts, anything, email me. I'll put it all in the description. Get in touch with us because we're going to need as much help as possible to get this car going properly again.
So what's next?
Oh, next, okay. Well, once we get it back to the garage, we're going to put it on the ramp, inspect it, see what welding it needs, do a major overhaul service, belts, plugs, get that running nicely, and see how she performs on the road.
Yes.
Get her boosting again. We need to find out what she's smoking as well.
We'll get ride effect in, Raj can work his magic on it. If it needs paint, we can send it off to paint. Just make it look nice again and get it through an MOT.
It will live again.
It will live again.
Wait. I
It'll
can't
be
wait.
saved.
I can't wait.
Innit?
Can't wait to get on with it.
And how many left.com? I swear it was 2.
Yeah.
Are we doing the brakes? Or are we leaving them? No, they're all WD-40.
They do look new. When I had it, it was 3 on the road, but that was including this one attached.
Right, let's go pub now. Have a drink. We're done. Yeah, we've done a good day's work.
So we have fuel.
Drink, baby. Drink, baby.
I had to cut out a lot of your weird sexual stuff in the Civic. There's a bit where you started just hip thrusting violently at the camera.
Why did you cut that out?
Because no one wants to see that.
Everyone wants to see that.
I mean, you say this, but all the women he gets,
You know?
they clearly want to see him thrusting.
Yeah, but our audience is like 99% male.
That's
There could be
why,
some male
because
that like it
that's
too.
Why? Because I'm not hip thrusting in it. You cut out all the stuff that the women want.
I don't know if they do, man.